we had a release of a film last weekend, our first big pop in the box office with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's Black Adam.
Never fails.
I
He
mean,
never fails at the box office.
It was his biggest box office opening ever.
Which is weird to hear. Like,
Yeah.
I would think when he was in the Fast and Furious movies, they would have done more than 65 million. Well, I guess starring. He didn't, be in the lead role, I guess.
This kind of surprised me, like when Top Gun Maverick became Tom Cruise's biggest movie after, like, the third week.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
He's been around for 40 years.
But he's the when you think of a movie star, you think of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And then when you think of, like, action star, you think of Dwayne Johnson. Like, but to have them, I mean, it's awesome for industry, obviously, but it was kind of a surprise that, like, he hasn't had $100 million opener.
Yeah, like, that's the headline I wasn't expecting.
And Tom Cruise has never had a movie that made, like, $400 million. It's crazy.
I was expecting, like, the headlines for Black Adam to be, it only did 65 million, womp womp. Which, no, like, 65 million is a very good opening, considering the type of movie that this is. But I was expecting it to be, like, Dwayne "Rock" Johnson, is his stardom failing because he only opened to 65? But instead it's the complete opposite.
Yeah. It was a weird thing, but, audiences came out in droves for, a more original DC movie, I suppose.
I wouldn't really say that.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where this fits in the world of, obviously it fits in the Shazam world, and James Bond's in it, and
who's great. I mean, he walked through it, but that still is a great performance by him.
We'll get into our reviews, but the biggest pop that I had in this movie and the biggest surprise, Henry Winkler is in this movie.
Dude, same.
I was like, the Fonz, and I pointed at the screen.
That's literally how I saw so many stuff on social media where it's like there's a lot of gasp and shock moments in this movie. The Fonz was mine.
Yeah.
Like, they're talking about Dwayne Johnson ripping apart CGI creatures or whatever as the big wow moments. My wow moment was the Fonz in this movie.
I was in this auditorium with Cody and a bunch of teenagers, and I pointed at the screen and yelled, "The Fonz." And I assumed everyone else thought there was some sort of, unnamed mold or spore in the air that I was pointing at.
Gross, where?
Yeah, called the Fonz. Cody's like, what? What are you doing?
I mean, if Cody had that, imagine the teenagers. They're probably like, I have no idea who this guy is.
And then we talked about it afterwards, and I'm like, it's Henry Winkler. And she's like, I thought it looked like the guy from one of those Adam Sandler movies. Kill me now. Stake through the heart.
Oof. That hurts even for me.
Yeah.
But no, that was never on my bingo card when I was playing Black Adam bingo. I mean, granted, it was only 5 seconds on a phone, which obviously he got a nice paycheck for just doing that.
No, it was awesome.
They probably pitched it to him, the character, what's going on in this world of DC, and he's probably like, what are you saying to me right now? I don't care.
Are Adam Sandler or Ron Howard attached? I have no interest in this.
Yeah.
You can do it on your phone. Okay.
Yeah. And we'll give you a 6-digit paycheck.
Yeah.
But
the Winkler does not get out of bed for less than $100,000.
He talks in the third person. Because he's supposed to be Hollywood's nicest guy.
I want that movie where he's the Hollywood jerk.
Yeah, just make him Purple Wave of Massive Talent, but make it with a shorter title and with Henry Winkler. Yeah. There you go, Lionsgate.
The Fonz cometh. Father Stu cometh.
All right, so was that the highlight of the movie for you? Did you like anything else about this movie outside of
the CGI?
Winkler?
Was great. It was over the top. It was awesome to see Pierce Brosnan back, in a major role.
Yeah,
I mean, he's as
blockbustery role,
as charismatic as Dwayne Johnson is in all of his movies. He wasn't that in this because that wasn't the character, but Pierce Brosnan picked up the slack.
Yeah. Same with the actor who played Hawkman too.
Yes.
Aldous Hodge, I think. He was very good.
What a stupid name for a superhero. Hawkman.
I mean, it's what he is. He's a Hawkman.
I did not identify with any of the other superheroes.
Sure.
The guy who played the Atom Smasher, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Was such a dope. Like, I mean, I know it's a character he played, but this guy was like someone I would have pushed into a locker in high school as I was being pushed into the locker as a nerd in high school. I would have been like, "Oh, I'm going into the locker. I'm gonna push this kid too.
I'm taking you with me."
Yeah, no joke. but the the story was. I mean, it wasn't. It was very formulaic. It wasn't anything special, but it was what we needed, I think.
It's a movie that relies on, I guess, the spectacle and the smolder of Dwayne Johnson.
I would almost call it the brood of Dwayne Johnson, because he wasn't really smoldering. He wasn't trying to. He wasn't trying to like pick up chicks in this one. He was just He was just upset.
I don't know. Like there was a few times where I think there was a smolder because my buddy next to me, who's a big Dwayne Johnson fan, would giggle in glee as he would like raise an eyebrow. So, and that's kind of the movie that you're coming in with this. I thought it was fine. It's fine. It's a good time.
Yeah.
There's cool action that makes Dwayne Johnson look stronger than he is, and that's saying something. Just because, like, you know, the way that they make the characters so powerful.
It's hard because he's made so many good, entertaining movies in the last, 5 years. I mean, Jungle Cruise was entertaining. Jumanjis are entertaining.
Yeah.
Like this, and this is not those. There's no real humor in these. I mean, it's not like written bits, and I mean, there's little quips and stuff, but there's not like full segments.
Yeah.
That are supposed to be comedic. So it's hard to judge those against this. But I mean, in the realm of I like this better than Shazam, I know I'm going to like this better than The Flash because I'm not going to understand it. This was very straightforward to me.
It is a very straightforward, you get what you paid for type of movie. And I just hope for it to do well in those 2 weeks until Black Panther comes around. And if audiences like it for those 2 weeks, then I will be perfectly fine with that.